Holla peeps, it's your girl Schree, reporting live for SchreeTV. My baby's awake. My day has begun. Yeah, isn't that romantic? It's nice. You like that, right? Because Schree got game. That's right. I got her. Yeah, oh yeah. Let me find my eyeliners. Got my fauna suit on. Now I do have to go to the gym eventually, but I can watch it at the gym, so that's cool. I'll be caught up. Rick Styles calling in tonight. Love it when he calls into the show. I cannot wait until tonight's show.
If I ask you to guesstimate how many times you were a cornerman, too many accounts. Okay.
Oh, it's all the way at the bottom.
During the same time that you've been involved in this industry, both doing more Thai training and competing and...
This guy on the stand was a Muay Thai boxing guy. What? This is defense case directive examination, so it's defense. Oh, so I don't understand.
Fighting sport that's gotten extremely popular recently.
This is defense direct.
Stuff that we see if we watch such things on TV, where you see sort of almost a mix of kickboxing, regular boxing, and whatever else you can do.
That's right. Trayvon was into that, wasn't he? Into martial arts.
You can do, almost.
I don't know. I think they might. If it's defense, they're probably saying that, if Trayvon defended himself, he knew the martial arts and therefore was guilty or something. I don't know. Zimmerman goes to the gym? Oh, to that guy's gym.
In the context of MMA, there are a lot of different disciplines, or are there many different disciplines that can be folded into MMA?
Absolutely.
Some of them would be traditional boxing and, as you said, wrestling.
I think Zimmerman banged his own head on the ground.
Unique ones like Muay Thai.
Absolutely. The beauty of a mixed sport is that you can have different attributes where somebody can be extremely good at one attribute and not very good at another and still be able to do well in a mixed type of environment.
And the MMA, by definition, allows for many different disciplines, and your strengths and weaknesses in those different disciplines to come to the forefront in the ring, right?
Correct.
Are there, within that context of MMA, are there particular moves or holds that are sort of identified or universal?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure there's probably thousands.
Well,
I'm going to focus you on a few. Okay. I'm going to focus you on one until you explain that. Do you know what the term ground and pound means?
Yes.
Have you ever used that maneuver before I have you explain it?
As far as have I had to use it personally?
I guess, yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Ground and pound.
Actively competing, I didn't compete in mixed martial arts myself.
Gotcha.
I have trained quite a few others and who have competed in mixed martial arts at extremely high levels.
Okay. What is a ground and pound?
Basically, for a ground and pound, what you're going to be doing is taking an opponent, putting them on the ground, controlling them, so you're going to be mounted on top of them.
Let's take that a little bit slower. When you say get an opponent on the ground, I'm presuming that they're just not going to say yes if you ask them. So what do you mean?
Absolutely not.
So how do you, in a fight situation, how do you get the opponent on the ground?
Well, you're going to have some means of taking them to the ground, where first you get them on the ground. Once you get them on the ground, then you're going to go and keep them on the ground. And then while you're keeping them on the ground, then you'll go and start striking them from the top downwards.
In mixed martial arts, is there an art to the idea of getting in the first punch or the first blow to take control of a match?
Absolutely.
And tell the jury about that.
As far as the art to...
Well, how do you do it? What do you do? And why do you do it?
Well, obviously, the reason you're going to do that is to control what's going on with your opponent. So if you're effective with the first blow, that can potentially end the fight immediately.
If mixed martial arts matches, are there referees?
Absolutely.
Are there...
No one's covering the George Zimmerman trial like HLN.
I'm Dana Bass.
CNN is.
This is CNN.
We are looking into Adam Pollock, the owner of a gym who trained George Zimmerman in mixed martial arts moves. Some folks have asked, why did Zimmerman use a gun to defend himself? Why would he have to do that if he was trained in mixed martial arts? What we're hearing here from this witness for the defense is he's saying that he didn't even know how to effectively punch. So certainly testifying at this point in favor of the defense.
Oh, and he couldn't punch. Yeah.
No, that's what he was working on. You know, those were the forms of exercise that he was engaging with. He did do a little bit of, you know, weight training on his own, because we've got a facility which is available for that, but that was not a consistent, frequent thing.
And in your corner work, I presume that you've seen people getting into the fights, correct?
Absolutely.
Almost every time?
No, depending on the skill and set of the athlete that's out there. I've had athletes get out there and fight and never even get hit and knock their opponent right out. I've had other guys come back to the corner and not eyes completely shut.
You had an opportunity to see this shortly after the altercation with Mr. Martin, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury when that was?
I don't know the exact date.
Grossly.
But it was within a couple of days after the incident.
You can describe it if you would.
That was the first one.
He had black eyes, his nose was scraped up, bandages on his head, and not as far as the obvious, you know, physical bruising that he had. He looked emotionally traumatized.
Have you seen that in fighters that you've worked with?
I've seen that in people, and generally not in fighters after, you know, after they've been competing for a while. A little bit different. He had the look of a human being who had been through an extremely traumatic experience and was traumatized from it. Almost like a state of shock that was continuing.
Did he have a conversation with you where he discussed shrimping in regards to this event?
Yes, he did.
What was that?
When you think
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley Banfield coming to you live from Sanford, Florida at the Seminole County Criminal Justice Center. We are in live testimony in the second-degree murder trial of George Zimmerman. You can see the parents of Trayvon Martin. By the way, if you didn't already know this, they are divorced, but they have been side by side throughout this trial, and I dare say really for the last year and a half, they have been united in their efforts to get to the bottom of what happened to their 17-year-old unarmed child the night he died back in February 2012. They're just a sidebar, but they've got the personal trainer, the guy who knows a lot about mixed martial arts on the stand to talk about just how good a student or athlete George Zimmerman is/was. Let's listen in.
As far as you had testified regarding his athleticism, what words within that context, how would you define George Zimmerman?
non-athletic. I think probably the best way of describing it, I had happened to have had a meeting with one of my other trainers that I saw yesterday. A very brief conversation with him, and when I first mentioned what I was going to testify, you know, he didn't realize that this was the same person that we were referring to.
Hold on a second. I was asking you to describe Mr. Zimmerman, and I think you're going to give us a story about maybe how somebody else described him. Like that's been objected to the statements. You can't tell us what the other person said,
Yes.
but if you can tell us in your words.
He was
I've been taping all the time, but I didn't say nothing or to do anything untoward, did I? I'm putting it up.
Soft.
I'm recording.
Just physically soft. You know, he is not a
I'm uploading and recording at the same time.
overweight, large man when he came to us. A very, very pleasant, very nice man, but physically soft. He was predominantly fat, not a lot of muscle.
He was predominantly fat. Okay. So, Zimmerman had no punch. He had no crunch in his punch.
Soft, fat, not a lot of muscle, not a lot of
Soft,
strength.
fat, not a lot of muscle, not a lot of strength. That's how they're describing him. I guess trying to say that he wouldn't do that. I don't even know if this video is going to be able to be put up because I'm uploading now. I don't know what happened.
In a competitive situation, you can verbally tap out by saying I quit, and then the referee will step in and assist.
What is further on? How do you, sir?
Good afternoon.
Well, let's plug your gym for a minute. Would you tell us what your slogan is?
I'm sorry?
Tell me the slogan of your gym, if you would.
The slogan of our gym is learn without getting hit.
You ever call it the,
I know, I put the coffee one up.
most complete fight gym in the world?
Well, some time ago, we've got a rather large facility, and so some time ago, we had set up on our website.
Well, I have one recording going up, you guys, and one at 11:41 currently recording. So hopefully the one that's uploading will upload before I run out of time.
What I do, and they've updated their facilities now to have weights and whatnot as well.
Speaking of other gyms, I understand that Mr. Zimmerman was going to yours for, I guess, somewhere, I think you said between October of 2010 and the end of 2011. Then he took a couple months off and then came back.
Basically.
Do you know, if at all, he might have been going anyplace else, whether that was another gym that you met, like you mentioned, or just working out at home, or working out at, for example, some apartment complexes or community tab, fitness centers, that sort of thing. Any idea whether he was doing any of that?
Not to my knowledge. We've got a very unusually complete facility, and it makes it really easy, and we try to give a lot of leeway.
I think I left the frame a little bit to go and let the smoke out. My bad, peeps. I didn't even realize I was recording.
So it wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to be going somewhere else.
Come on, hurry up. It's at 64%. Come on, keep going.
I don't foresee him going to some other facility.
Would you have encouraged him to work out sort of on his own? I mean, something as simple as going for a run on his own, or lifting some weights at home, or anything
I
like
think
that.
I even left the contacts in my eyes.
I encourage my students to come to as many training
I
sessions
did.
as possible, so they can have supervised
How untoward.
instruction, so that they're not creating bad habits.
Would you tell him not to work out alone?
I would tell them
Sorry,
to come in
Pete.
for more training sessions out of the
How?
facility.
The weight that the defendant lost was in the ballpark of 90 pounds or better, right?
I don't have an exact measurement, but when he first started, he was in, I want to say, between 250 and 260 pounds, and he would have lost, between 50 to 80 pounds.
And actually, I think he testified before that his body mass index was somewhere between 15 and 20% body fat.
I don't have the exact amount because I didn't do a body fat analysis on him, but I would think that he probably had a little bit more body fat than that.
Do you remember talking about somewhere between 16 and 20%?
I remember hearing and looking at a deposition on that, and I saw the numbers on there. And when I saw the numbers on there, it seemed a little odd to me because it seemed a little bit low for him.
You certainly don't deny that that's what you said, right?
I'm not arguing whether I said that or not.
As far as, I guess let's talk about the first blow advantage type of thing first, right? The first blow can be a very good advantage in a combat situation.
Correct.
And you
Alright, good.
I guess all of your students this fact.
Well, I'm not going to start teaching somebody about strategy if they don't have a basic fundamentals.
Okay. Absorbed this or seen this or heard it talked about? Any chance of that?
Is there a chance of that? Sure, you can turn on the TV and figure some things out. something that I'm going to teach a beginner as far as strategy goes if they don't have the basis of the fundamentals.
It's not a big advantage, though, if you don't execute it properly or well.
Well, it's not going to do anything for you if you don't do anything with it.
Could put you actually in a worse position.
Potentially.
Leaves you kind of open for a quick counterattack.
Potentially.
Alright, Pete. I'm gonna put this one up now. I love you guys. Holla.